All right, guys, the Premier League season is nearly back upon us, which promises three things: hope, anxiety, and plenty of football chat. So let's get into our 25-26 preview. But before we do that, Rio, you got something dropping?
Yeah, man, we got the first interview with Cunha and Mbeumo, man. The new signing, Man United's 20 goal a season, man. He got 20 goals last season for Brentford. We want to see that transferred into the Man United shirt. So, yeah, great interview. You know what? He's a professional, hard-working looking man. Like, behind the scenes, he's invested in himself, invested in a team behind himself, behind what goes on at Carrington. He's got his own stuff going on as well, physically, to get himself ready to perform. So I think he's a great addition. Not Premier League ready, been 6 years at Brentford, knows the league inside out. So I think that was a massive thing for having people that are coming in ready-made to play in this league. So I've got high hopes for him and Cunha, but like all the fans, we're greedy. We want more.
we need more, Steve. We need more, don't we?
Do you know what, man? Because it took 6-7 weeks to get him over the line. After we kind of heard the bid on the 2nd
days.
of June. It's like Cunha's done on the 1st of June, 2nd of June, Mbeumo, and you're thinking, oh my God, this will be wrapped up by weekend and we can start looking at the next one. Then it took 6-7 weeks. So by the time you got him over the line, we'd kind of already got our excitement of it out of the way, haven't we? Because it was kind of dragged on so long. I don't think we really took stock of the player that we've signed because we were like, cool, and we need so much. It was like, cool, we got him in. All right, now, like, where's the next one? So I do want to reflect on the fact that we've just signed. And I didn't think it was a position. I thought Ahmad could do the role that Mbeumo's coming to do, but he is a serious player. And if you've got those two on one wing.
That's true. A lot of some fans have said, oh, spending, the best part 136 million on them 2 10s. But obviously we still need money for a 9 and stuff. But like Steve just says, that
midfielder,
exactly. We still need everything, But like Steve just said, he himself as an individual with what he actually brings shouldn't go under the radar of how good he actually is.
He's a serious player.
No, I think he's versatile. He can play the 10. He can also go up 9 if you want. But in that right wing position, he's shown that his output is up there. Only I think Salah, Isak, and Haaland scored more goals than him last season. So you're bringing in a guy who knows how to put the ball in the back of the net. Also, it frees up Ahmad to actually go and play right wing back in some games because he can do that and be a threat. That gives you another weapon going forward.
That seems like it's Ahmad's new position, isn't it?
It does.
Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, I think it'll be him, Mazraoui, Dalot, all fighting for that position. I think in certain games when you want a bit of a more defensive player, one of those two can come in. But I think having options is a big thing, and you've got to utilise a squad over a season.
We're in a post-starting 11 game, aren't we? You haven't got there is no what's my best 11? Well, who am I playing?
Yeah.
What's the circumstances of the game? We go Anfield, we're not going to stick it on them. We're going to try and maybe you go
contain a little bit.
Yeah, well, maybe you go one attacking wing back and one more defensive wing back and give a bit of balance to it. Maybe you put Bruno in one of Bumo or Cunha's positions, and maybe you bring Agati into midfield a little bit. But you're right, options is what you need. And depth. Like, if we manage to get this, I know we've already jumped ahead again here, but like, if we do manage to get a forward in, let's say it's a Mateta or a Watkins or a Sesko, because they're all being linked. Let's say it's one of them, plus Mbeumo, plus Cunha. There's your starting 3. Well, you've still got Xerxes, you've still got Højlund, and you've still got Mason Mount in behind. That's depth.
We ain't signing Mateta, trust me.
Can a boy dream, Rio, for 5 minutes?
There's not been any links, is it? There's not even been. That's more about
coming
fans.
from me mostly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Actually, that brings us to the fans, to be fair, because the mood, right? Obviously, look, we finished 15th, so we're all down in the dumps. We can't believe that's happened in our lifetime of watching Man United. It's impossible, to us. But it's happened now. Ruben has told us, obviously, yes, the good times are coming. It's time to leave that behind, and we want to go in the right direction. What's your mood like as a fan? We've got 2 through the door. Ruben's still got to show a lot. There's still got to be a lot of improvement there. But most of all, obviously, we need results. We know how difficult the start is. We've got 3 of the top 6 in the first.
It's a hard start,
It's difficult. And not even just them, it's like Fulham away and things like that, Brighton and these other tough games. Do you know what I'm saying? Exactly. We always just win by just skin our teeth. The mood, fan-wise, of the mood for yourself going into the season early.
For me personally, I think it's... Yeah, I'm hopeful more than anything. I don't... There's nothing to give me belief yet. I need to see it. The belief, obviously, is just you've got 2 good signings, I think, who know the Premier League. That's nice, that's good, that's needed. But again, I think we probably need 1 or 2 more still for me to go into the season and go, listen, I'm confident we can now finish in the top 8. Because at the moment, I'm still sitting there going, there's a lot of hangover from last season. And if you start actually digging into last season, it starts depressing me.
Yeah, it's
You know what I mean?
awful.
So-
yeah, you don't want to go back there, bro.
So
PTSD.
the new
Week
signings
after
give you a
week
bit of
after
hope.
Week after week.
We got numb to it.
Yeah.
When as a Man United fan, obviously when you played it didn't happen, we know that. When as a Man United fan, did you just pull up on the weekend going, yeah, I know we ain't coming out great from this. And then when the loss happens, I just felt apathy.
No, the biggest thing for me is that I was no longer involved in group chats on WhatsApp.
Exiting.
Because
Not getting
No.
Oh, they're not at you?
No one was coming at me with anything. So Man United were getting beat in a game, and no one was going, "Oh my God, you've just been this, that." It was like, no, we expect it of you now. It's cool. You're not in the combo no more. And that was one of the most deflating things. It was like, whoa, we're not even in the combos anymore.
Bad, innit?
It was bad though, wasn't it? It was really bad.
But I think being out on tour here, it helps you get a different perspective and it guides you to go, no, I can see them working. I can see some positive things. The team are together. The manager's getting time with the team. I'm looking for positives.
Is this the first one you've done as a fan?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think so, yeah. It just takes me back to when I played, and I'm seeing like the reasons of the importance of a pre-season on tour and what that does for the team. Yes, you get tired. Yes, it's hard training. Yes, it's grinding. But then relationships are formed here that become lifetime relationships. You see a new side to somebody. Me and him, we started doing coffees.
Yeah, you see, because you see them.
Me and him started going shopping together. Like I became friends with Quinton Fortune when we went to America because we were going shopping after training all the time. Do you know what I mean? We would do.
Wonder what shops they were in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were in like going finding basketball shirts. So me, him, and Kieran Richardson were finding retro shirts, flying around all of New York. But that was a bond that was created there. I saw Heaven and a couple of the other guys, Dorgu, were going out together. That's going to be a little group. We might just like click Kobe as well. Sorry, all going out together, looking at the shops, doing what they're doing, coffee. But that might lead to something that actually creates a bond that's going to be reflected in the
You're
pitch.
not getting that in your 9 to 5 at Carrington because you do your thing, you go home to your group of friends, your missus, whatever.
And there's games galore. Do you know what I mean? So that's another thing. What Ruben Amorim, we're going, you know what? I can see the connective tissues building now that he's not been able to have from last season.
Not to sidetrack it totally here, but like, have you seen what Juventus do where they do like a 2-week camp at the start of pre-season in dorms at the training ground before they go
together?
Yeah, I don't like that.
But would it be effective? You might not like it, but would it be effective?
No, because I just think that's it's not a realistic environment for me. I don't know, it might work for them, but I just feel as a player, I think it's good to be able to give the players those habits and let them immerse themselves in the culture of where they are. Like being locked down in an isolated army barracks type vibe creates like get us out of here as soon as possible. Just get it done, but get us out of here. Whereas if you're here and I've got like some coffee shops to go to a restaurant, nice restaurant, to go shopping, etc. What I'm used to doing in my normal habitat, that's where the bonds are created because you're not sitting there in a depressive state of mind. You're sitting there going, oh, you know, training finished, we'll go out for a bit, go and get some coffee.
What about the perception that is for fans of we finished 15th and it's about training, and optically, us as fans, you know, people like on the internet, it's like, these are just swanning off, going shopping, going to cafes and all that when we finish 15th.
Well, Bumo came in here, we done the interview with him earlier, right? And after the cameras went off, I said, how's training been? My man turned around and went, oh my God, wow. Like an athletics club, he said, it's hard, man, it's really hard. So don't ever let the fact that these guys are going out and having downtime make you think that these guys ain't working. They're working, man.
You need that as well.
Yeah,
you need that mental switch off.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, we're at the other part of town. This is a nice part of town.
Yeah, it's proper nice. The beach is only over there, then you've got all high buildings and city stuff there. Some of the shops that are around here as well, it's definitely for the players to just be
probably
around.
not getting recognised either.
Yeah. Just been down in the lobby, see Patrick Dogu and Kobe mainly down there. Like I said, people just kind of walking past them. And they kind of need a bit of that.
That's the great thing, about coming to America as well. When you come to America, it's a little bit less intrusive because they've got so many other sports that they're interested in that you kind of can get kind of left alone a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's good.
It's a good thing. Transfers. The latest biggest transfer of what we're talking about. Obviously, we all know we need a number 9. We're in the market for a number 9. Benjamin Sesko. Fabrizio Romano, he says there's a battle ongoing between Newcastle United and Manchester United. United are presenting their project to Sesko. He has to pick. First of all, should we be at the door for Benjamin Sesko? Was he 22? Youngster.
Can I just say why we should buy him?
Straight off the bat, okay, we should buy him.
I wanted a striker with experience.
Yeah.
So that was that. So he wouldn't be my first choice, obviously, even now. But the fact that this is a bit of a conspiracy theory. If Man United buy him and Newcastle don't get a number 9, does that mean Isak stays at Newcastle and Liverpool don't get?
So wait
Isak?
there. So you're saying we should enter the chat to stop the domino effect of Isak going to Liverpool to make Liverpool even better?
Because Liverpool's transfer window has been nothing short of exceptional so far.
These are transfer windows I used to do on Footy Manager.
Yeah.
When I did myself $1 billion in transfers.
It's been an outrageous transfer window. And if they get Isak, it's lights out for the Premier League.
Do you know what? Yeah. It's one of them that this might be a little bit of cope going on here, but the window has been that good, they are going to crumble. Yeah. You know it works.
The first time Arnie's not spent money at this rate.
It's like we were saying about Mbappe going to Real Madrid. Like, just something's not going to quite click.
No, but they've got a squad there. They've got a hierarchy there. They look stable. It looks solid. The back rooms, the hierarchy from all the way down to the dinner lady looks
play the game. Come on, something's got to go wrong.
It's gone too well. And if they get Isak,
it's over.
It's over.
But how funny is it? Newcastle are out. They got in the Champions League. They're like, right, that's it. We're in the Champions League. We're going to do this, that, and the other. And Bumo's gone, not interested. Isak's gone, get me out of this gaff. Like
they missed out on Pedro. They missed out on Gahey. They missed out on Trafford.
They're
missing out on big targets. Now trying to get missed out. A lot of Man United fans would say that, like, it'd be nice to just get one over and then take another target. But in terms of how it actually affects us, is he the right profile of striker? You talk about names like Ollie Watkins. I know you're big on Mateta.
I want Prem. I like that we've gone Cunha and Mbeumo. I want another Prem one. I want there to be zero adaptation to the league. I don't want there to be zero excuses. I want someone to just walk in and go, I'm wearing a different kit, but it's the same opposition I've had for the last couple of years, and I know what I'm doing.
If you get Watkins, we were talking about this before, weren't we? If you get Watkins, you've got like guaranteed 15 to 20 goals, really. And then you've got that with Cunha, and you've got that with Mbeumo.
Yeah,
like not guaranteed, but you've got double figures all the way up
front.
Bearing in mind, we were 16th in terms of goals scored last season.
42 goals, Rio.
These lot are getting you minimum 40 goals between them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not going to match one for one what they've already got.
Exactly.
They won't match one for one. If you get all three of them, you can't. I mean, what if they do? We're top 4, right? If they manage that, but they won't. If they come and they get.
If you get 10, 10, 15,
nice.
Killed it.
It doesn't need to be necessarily one guy who scores all the goals. And I'm with you. For me, it'd be amazing to just get that one guy. But you look at the market, it might not reflect that. But for me, Ollie Watkins, 100%. Like, I think it's a no-brainer. There's a lot of people talking about 30.
You can piss on the chips all you like, but I'd still like
look, he's done well, but the sample size isn't as big as
he's following in. I love that.
Yeah. I don't think his style of football is the way that Man United want to play. That's the problem. But and I think he's done an amazing job at Palace in the way he's played and scored goals, and he's a nightmare to play against. But even forget the goals that if we was to get Watkins, forget the goals that these three could potentially get. It's actually them three are a hard day's work if you add them together. There ain't the team coming off the pitch going, easy.
And that's what I look at.
I think Joshua Zirkzee in the 9 with those two either side of him. I think he pops off into the half space and defenders go, do I stay or do I go? Like, what do I do?
And he can look after the ball.
Because Zirkzee, as indifferent sometimes, or as a lot of the fan base are like 50-50 probably, some like him, some don't, etc. I think his biggest problem hasn't necessarily been him. His biggest problem has been the lack of runners. He needs people moving off him to be able to play his game. That's what he plays.
What's Cunha and Mbeumo?
Yeah, the movers.
The runners. And then you might have Dorgu and Ahmad either side of that. Him popping off into that channel there. Oh, mate.
We need it. I'm all here. I'm with you. I'm all here for Ollie Watkins as number 1 target.
Does he know he's big as well?
Who?
Zirkzee.
No.
Because he don't play like it, does he? Because he's an absolute beast.
To be more aggressive.
Wait, I saw, by the way, talking about players who surprise you how big they are, I saw Heaven the other day.
Yeah, he's massive. Yeah, he's
taller than me, bro. I didn't realise it. When I watched him, I walked up to the... Bro, bro. I looked at his feet. I thought, you got heels? No, you're big, innit? He went, yeah.
Have you seen Kokonki up close?
No.
Yeah, he's
proper.
He's a
proper
big
way.
He's a big
I think
boy.
even Dorgu's put on a bit as well. There's been a lot made about.
Yeah, Dorgo's tongue. I didn't realise as well. He's a bit of depth.
He's thick with it.
Yeah.
There's been a lot made about the physicality and the players getting more lean and all that. And like you said, the training has been vigorous. So Benjamin Sesko then, okay, so I think we all agree that
Nah, not having it.
If you get him, I think we need a line. We need a line.
I don't think he's.
But the thing is, it's not like this the first time. Man United have been here before trying to get Benjamin Sesko. He's stayed where he then moved to Leipzig. Then Arsenal were trying to get him. Then he signs a new deal at Leipzig. I think the difference is, I'm with you, Steve, in terms of think about like what happened with Rasmus Højlund. Young kid, you're putting him under pressure. He's not ready yet. The ceiling's high, but there's too much pressure. But the difference with Sesko and Rasmus is that Sesko's been talked about. He's been in these conversations. Arsenal are going, Gyökeres, Sesko, which one? I'm not really sure. He's coveted. He's scoring goals. It's not like he scored just like 9 goals for Atalanta like Rasmus did and he's gone up. I do believe he's better than Rasmus, but I'm still very, very scarred from getting these young kids and banging all the pressure on them.
The only difference is Rasmus came in and had up front inexperience around him in terms of Garnacho one side, Ahmad the other, for instance, most of the time.
And then Antony.
Still inexperienced in this league, etc. If Sesko comes in, he's got 2 red players that have played Premier League and scored goals in the Premier League, backed up by Bruno. So I think it's a different environment dynamic that he comes into. But yeah, the uncertainty worries me a little bit of can he adapt to this league?
Midfield. We're talking transfers. There's a lot of Man United fans that are talking about what the priorities actually are.
Belabor.
That's the dream sign.
Mate, this guy has got
is that
he's got a
attainable?
drum with Belabor written on it and he's banging it.
He's cold. He is cold. He
Watch
looks
these
like
clips, man.
the next, he's cold.
Do you know what the problem we got in midfield is? You got a handful of players and none of them are the same profile, which is not necessarily negative, but I don't think any of them are a natural for any of the systems.
Agreed. And
Like,
I worry.
your guy is class, but if you played him in a midfield 3 as the 6 and you had 2 more alongside him, it's top. I think there's too much responsibility on a 6.
Yes.
When he to progress it when you're 1 of 2, and I think he struggles when he's got to get on a turn a little bit. I think he wins it back mint.
Yeah.
But when he's got to get on the
The
turn
other
and
side.
dictate, I don't think he's got that in him.
It's a big improvement he needs to make, and I'm so scared.
And where does Cobby play?
Yeah.
Is he a 6 or an 8?
And Ruben's told us that he said he prefers to play him further forward. He said he has struggled in the more defensive positions. In the game against West Ham, he did play there with Ugarte, and it was all right. But week in, week out in the Premier League, guys, come on, man. I love Bruno, but I can see the narrative forming that, we should have took 100 million from Saudi. Now, look, he's there giving the ball away in midfield, and you've got Casemiro next to him falling over. Cobby can't play next to him. You know, you've got pulling up to the Emirates. Declan Rice is doing the madness. You've got Zubimendi's pulling string. You go in Anfield, you're getting bopped off the park. Like, not even that, mate, Palace and that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I worry that Bruno is going to become a scapegoat because I don't see how he, in certain games he could, but most of the games, I don't see how he partners up with our current roster of midfielders.
I think Bruno is that good that he'll find a way not to be the scapegoat because I think he's that good technically, that good, his game IQ is that good that he won't allow himself to be the scapegoat because...
Bit like last year, isn't it? We finished 15th, but he still found a way.
And people started the season trying to point a finger at him.
Yeah.
And then he pulls out a season like he did individually.
Yeah, because he started bad.
But I think it's Bruno and the other midfielder in there are only going to struggle if the team isn't functioning. If the team functions the way that that Ruben Amorim wants it to function, there won't be the big spaces, and they won't be playing transition football. It'll happen sometimes, but Amorim's ideal way of playing isn't for having having transitional football, which we've been having a lot of, which exposes the inadequacies of the midfield players that we've got in the profile that we have there. So if they can change that, then it changes things.
Did you get what I was trying to ask? We spoke to the gaffer, didn't we? No.
Don't know what you're on about. Why did you ask that question?
Say it again what you asked the manager.
What did you,
So I said, I understand a 6-8-10 midfield.
Bearing in mind, I
three.
brought him over to say hello, and this geezer started talking tactics. Bearing in mind, I brought him over to say hello, and he started talking tactics.
Yeah, because it's not about the selfies, and you want to get to football, bro. We're 15.
Got a proper answer though. And I've got
because he likes tactics.
so much respect for him. Because he gave me a proper answer, didn't he?
Yeah. So what did you ask him?
And Rio's like, I do one. So he said, no, do you know what? The people don't need to know. He's looking at more being a 6 and an 8, What I was really trying to get to the crux of is, and I didn't get to ask that bit, which is when you play a 3 instead of, let's be honest, it's a 2 in it behind midfield when it's a back 4. When you play 3 centre halves, which responsibilities does one of those centre halves take off what the 6 is? That's what I was trying to get to the.
As in the central centre back.
Yeah, like because obviously you're playing a 3 there to protect that 2. There's something that third centre half is doing, which another midfielder would be doing, especially on the transition. I think that's why you do it. You can play a 2 and a 3 or a 3 and a 2, and it's basically you're getting the same sort of thing, aren't you? Yeah. If you was playing 2 centre halves in a midfield 3, you're getting the same thing. It's basically the same. So I wanted to kind of get to the bottom of what is the one attribute that you can take away from that midfield and give to the centre half, and a responsibility that you can take away from them. Because when I look at this, I'm thinking, should he be doing this? And sometimes we do see one of the centre halves pop up, don't we, into that second line?
Well, the problem, the answer.
Yeah, I was going to say, what did he say back?
No, the answer, he didn't get to that bit, but I'll give you what the answer I think is.
Okay.
The goal the other day that West Ham scored is the answer. Because the way that they scored the goal was the ball, we pressed high, 2 midfielders, which is a crime, went on the same line.
But I see this often with this
but my
team.
point is, the job of one of the 3 defenders then is one of you has to
Be
go
the
in
6.
and go. No, not be the 6. Go in and mark that player who's behind our midfield now. Because if we've all gone on a full press and they've got a 10 or someone sneaking into the 10 position behind our 2 midfield pressing like that, then you've got 3 defenders at the back, 3 centre halves. One of them's going to be able to go in and loose to get it going there, but you've got to have the bravery to go in there and actually the IQ when to go in there.
And communication.
And we didn't go in there, then they score. But
that makes sense, actually, yeah.
and then when you've got Heaven and you've got Euro, they're quick enough and able enough to go in there.
And actually, when you think back to those early games, was Ipswich's first game?
Ipswich the first one, yeah.
You saw Johnny Evans pressing.
And Casemiro.
And you think, okay, so at centre half. You saw them pushing right up because it was Amari Hutchinson who was trying to mark, wasn't he? And I was thinking, that's not good.
Was getting worked. But that's my point. So when you've got 2 mobiles, that's why I've been banging on about this, the physicality side of this team. If you've got 2 Heaven and Euro are able to go and play in there 1v1 because they're quick enough and they're mobile enough. Luke Shaw all day long.
Martinez.
Right, Martinez.
He's aggressive.
He likes
to do it. But
if he doesn't win that first ball, then there's problems,
But he's probably going to be, like Vidic was, he's probably going to give the licence to be the mallet there, isn't he? And gamble on maybe not getting it, but getting it.
Yeah. And also, the Argentinians are good at that. Romero does that brilliantly.
Picking them in a moment to go.
But they do then, obviously, sometimes there's going to be that chance when they miss it and then you're on the back foot. But again, it's having the understanding of when to go, and then when you're there, can you be the guy that can delay and slow people down? And I think we've got 2 young ones on either side of one of the centre-backs is going to be DeLitt or Maguire. It's about knowing, and I found as a centre-back as a kid, that was my hardest part of my game as a kid.
Knowing when.
Knowing when to go in there and being brave enough to go in there and making that decision. Because if you get it wrong, you're getting a shot.
It's not natural, is it? It's not somewhere where centre halves traditionally want to be.
But it is now in this game today.
Exactly. You have to, especially in this
how
system.
fast the transitions are
100%.
and the way they come. So just to summarise, because I think this is a social clip, right?
Yeah.
So I think you're looking at probably your central centre half being the communicator that maybe says go and we'll cover +1. You go in there, try and stop that. And that's why the midfield is pressing as aggressively as it is. Yeah, I like it.
Which is why you look at the profile to bring it back to needing a midfielder as well, though, of someone like Baleba, someone of that profile. Yeah. It's so important. I don't
know.
I think it is, man.
I think it's more. All the players know how, Mason Mount, they know how to press high. That's part of the game now, yeah? It's the ones behind enabling them to go and not look back. Because the moment you look back as a midfielder or a forward, the moment's gone, they're out. If they're going confidently and they're knowing the boys behind because they're orchestrating it and telling them, you go, because I'm in here behind you, they're not going to get out, gives you a chance. Baleba, his biggest thing for me is being able to transfer the ball from the back line in our back area through to the 8s and the 10s. Yeah. Either driving with it or turning and getting it and playing.
Yeah, that's what we don't have.
That's what we're losing.
No, you've nailed that. Because when I think about and this is probably why I was trying to ask him what I was asking him, is when I look at our midfield, I do see it pressing high. And then I wonder why we're getting absolutely walloped on the transition. And you're right, that third, we've kind of got to the right answer with the wrong question, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But like, you're right, it's that third centre half almost has to be the 6, which I know is not what you're saying, but for everyone else's understanding, you be the 6 in there, and that's where that extra player comes from, and that's when, and again, it just takes it back to that understanding of like a 4-3-3. You go in there, you do that, you stop that middle run.
Just stop the transition.
Oh, now I'm excited. Joe, I'm excited now. I mean,
now we're fixed.
No,
Don't do that. Don't do
All
that.
summer it's been wigging me out. Like I'm seeing things and I'm not understanding.
Just text me. What's going on?
He's like, nah, he don't know what he's talking about. He'd rather not text you.
I tried to get it from the horse's mouth, and I did get a good answer. To be fair,
it was good. But this is what he's like. This is why I like him. This is why he's a likeable guy. You've got Steve, who we don't know from Adam.
Yeah.
Stuck it
Who he
right
looks
on
at
him.
as a fan.
So what are you saying about this? Proper coaches, man, UEFA A license things, asking him big questions.
He's basically
from the
said
paddock, you know. I run teams, I know.
But he basically said to him, he's like, I don't get 2 pivots in your team.
That's not what I said.
That's basically what he said.
Paraphrasing. That's along the lines.
It's not. It was way more.
It was way polite. Help me understand it.
It was. I understand it. It was. These are going to hammer me for that. It wasn't like that.
No, it was politer than that. Don't get me wrong, but he's like, I took it like that.
No, but that's I do like that, and I do like that he was open enough to ask. I was going to ask in a press conference, like we're in a press conference this week, and rather than all the divvies asking stupid questions that he just can't answer, I said it on a video last week. If I get into the press conference, I'm going to ask him this.
Then
literally saw him, and I was like.
So seize the moment, 100%.
A couple of years ago, I was in San Diego. I had my hand up for ages. I don't know if he was in this one. There was 3 people asked him if he was enjoying San Diego. The first time he got asked, he went, we've not actually been out. We've been busy. And he went, oh, okay. 5 questions later, someone went, are you enjoying San Diego? And he was like, we've not actually been out, so blah, blah. And then they asked someone on Zoom and they went, are you enjoying San Diego? And I'm standing at the back with my hand up like that.
Trying to ask big boy tactics.
And then we get back to the hotel and he walks past us and he goes, oh, you had a question in the press conference.
Wow.
And I said, yes, I did. And it was about the patterns as we were playing out and how we planned on using Onana and what he was going to change with blah, blah, blah. 20 minutes he answered me.
Is it?
Unbelievable.
Just from bumping into him.
It doesn't surprise me. Every time I've met him, he's impressed me massively. Massively.
Yeah, it's good. Right, Rashford is gone. That leaves 4 of the players who.
I'm going to say 5 still because I want Højlund gone. But.
Okay, well you can add a 5th in, but the actual public 4th, there's 4 of the ones that have said they don't want to be here in public. The manager said that he's happy to receive them back if they don't get moves, and then all of a sudden
he's got it, hasn't he?
All of a sudden online, clueless. Thought we're supposed to be changing. Why is he saying that? This, that, and the other. Surely, Rio, he said that, the players got their prices if they don't meet this price. He's trying to put a bit of pressure onto the selling clubs to just be like, we're not just going to roll over. And also a bit of pressure to the guys who need to get out World Cup year.
He's definitely got to say that because he's got to put a pressure on the clubs that want to buy so they don't take liberties, and also the agents of these players. Like thinking, we'll wait till the last moment and come with a low ball bid.
And will have to accept.
Yeah, and if I was, I'll do that as well because you got to make a stand for other people down the line. You can't just accept being bullied. So sometimes you take a hit maybe in that sense, but he's got to say that. And listen, like you said, he's not stupid. World Cup year, there's people that are going to want to be. Antony, you think Antony's not going to want to be playing for Brazil? 100%. Do you know what I mean?
And Garnacho.
Garnacho's going to want to be playing for Argentina. 100%. So you've got to get out and play. So. They'll be onto, and the players will be onto their agents. I want to get out. Get me this move. The manager don't want me here. I don't want to be here now. I need to go. So it's got. I think for them, they've got to make it happen, and we'll see what happens. But it's not going to be easy.
I think actions speak louder than words, always. Yeah. And I think you can be sitting there saying,
there.
"Oh yeah, I want them in the squad," and blah blah. They didn't come on at all. 100%. That tells you everything. Like he's like, get them to fuck.
Yeah.
And I think that's the crux of what he's saying. But Rio's right. United have to change the perception of us. We buy high and sell low. Yeah. You've got to flip that. You can't. We need to just get the PR that Daniel Levy's got about absolute nightmare to deal with. They tell you a price and that's the price. Yeah. And then you come back at the end of the window and you pay that price.
And that's about undoing that, isn't it? Like I know a lot of Ineos can get a lot of stick and stuff like that, which is, I hear it because everyone's frustrated. But at the same time, they're dealing with trying to unravel and work with the sins of the past that have been done way before they got here. Dealing with players who are on big contracts that everybody knows is very difficult to move on. Players who have underperformed, players who don't fit the system, and then negotiations around those where there's a certain complexion of Man United in the transfer window.
Yeah, they're hampered by the past.
Barada has to undo, etc., etc.
Yeah, and that's going to take time, and that's one of the things I think Barada, Jason Wilcox, and the manager will be really frustrated with. The goings on that's happened before they've got here are really hampering things in the recruitment area because of the high prices they've paid, the high wages they've paid over the odds for most of these guys. And that's definitely for the output they've been given back. So it's difficult to move someone if he's on 250 grand a week and his current value in the market is 100 grand a week. That player's got 2 years left on his deal. Do you think he's going to go anywhere? I wouldn't.
I said the same thing about Sancho, and the fans keep getting angry.
Can't blame him.
How's Sancho going to say, all right, I'll take a 50, 60 grand pay cut to play at Chelsea? Us as fans, this is the thing that I've learned about being in this space more over the last 6 years.
He'll be getting more than that. Pay cut, by the way. His pay cut, we're getting halved, I reckon.
Half, right? So why on earth, his agent, in my opinion, now I'll take the fan bit out of it and look at the football and the business side. His agent's going to go, you got a year left at United. It's United's responsibility to make sure your 250 grand is made up. Whether that's we go back and we put you on loan and subsidise between two clubs, you're getting it, or you get sold and you get paid off what you should have got. Either way, you're getting it. So we're not taking half at Chelsea. But his loan. If you go on loan, you're still getting your if he's on 250 a week, you're still getting 250. Getting it, yeah.
But it's just we had a clubs divvy that between them. But it's the point is, if Man United want to sell him and say Sancho's going to go to Juventus, it's all about, he's thinking, I've got 2 years left, for instance. I'm on 250. They want to pay me 150 a week now, or 125 a week now. So that's half my wages. Man United need to make that up then.
Exactly.
And they need to pay me that 5 million or 10 million.
Exactly.
And then that's where the sticking point's going to be, because United go, hold on a minute, we want to get you off the wage, we're not paying no more.
Exactly.
The only drama I see with that from any angle is, one, where's your professional pride? Because you wouldn't have done that, I don't think. No. You'd have wanted to go and play.
I need to get out.
And I think also, if you had anything about you as a player, I think you go, yes, I can sit here for another 12 months on 250 grand a week. The contract that comes after that is not 250 grand a week, because the perception of me as a player, that's not, I've been in the reserves for a year. I've been dicked about for 2 years prior than that. I might not even get 50.
Even if he was playing this year, you're not going to get that the next move.
So you got to think, if you took a half a wage now, guaranteed for 4 years, rather than because David De Gea didn't get a club for a year. That's mental. And he wasn't a problem. He wasn't a problem. He was just on a high wage. And you think, if you backed yourself, it's a short career, right? You can't waste 2-3 years messing about because you've got a fat contract. Get out there, go play, and maybe make that next contract up. You could push it to 6-7 years of a good contract rather than sit here for 12 months on one and then never get a good one again. Yeah. Change the perception of you, because the perception of him at the moment is he's a turd.
Well, it does show that maybe the priority isn't to, like say, get myself back into gear. It's a World Cup year. People could say it's impossible.
Could you have done that? You could.
I'm targeting that. Listen, Jadon seems like he's miles off the England squad. I understand that because of where he's been for the last couple of years. But like you said, that drive as a player, I still believe it. Do you know what I mean? So,
but you know what you've got to look at as well. We can sit here and say this, right? But we aren't Jadon Sancho or Garnacho or Antony. Every man's different. And it's what drives you? Is it financial or is it personal pride and excellence? Yeah. And playing. What is your? So until those guys answer, or they're going to show us in the next year or so, we won't know.
Yeah.
Let me hit you with one before we go, because we've not done a video about this since, because it kind of went from nonsense rumours to, oh my God, it's going to happen, to then completely dismissed. Bruno Fernandes, that 100 million, right? Forget about whether the club should have done it, because that's probably a 45-minute video on its own. You get offered 200 million and go to Saudi, you're Bruno Fernandes.
I'm gone.
I thought so.
No, at 30, and now
at 30, that's my point. If I'm 25,
you're not.
I'm not. Don't forget, in my era, China was about.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone.
China's not Saudi though.
No, I know. It's different, but in money terms, back then it was. It's not in terms of location, etc. But it wouldn't have even turned my head going China. But I'm sitting here now looking, I've got my career's finished, and you look at things a bit differently.
800 bags a week.
And you're turning away £50 million a year, for instance, right?
Tax free.
I'm off ski, bruv. I'm swimming, I'm getting me a life jacket and I'm swimming there. You know what I mean? I'm going through different seas.
How much do you rate Bruno for going not yet?
I rate him, but are you mad?
Have you seen him here?
When you see him in the corridor,
I've seen him yet. But I'm going to sit and chat to him. I'm seeing him actually, spend a bit of time with him. That's
It's the first question.
But how
It's just like,
are we here? But listen, I respect it so much, and the fans will love him more.
Yeah,
He's
definitely.
looking at legacy.
Yeah.
So that's the question I said
in
before.
our worst period.
So I just said to you before, are you looking at excellence? Are you looking at performance? Are you looking at like being part of a club and history? Or are you looking at finances? We know now, this guy, at this moment in time,
he's about it.
He is about legacy.
I think if you can get him on camera to say why are you still here, I reckon he'll say, I love this club.
He does, man.
Yeah,
You
he
can
would.
tell.
And what an answer that is, by the way.
Yeah.
What an answer that is.
There's unfinished business here.
He will say that. There's more to be written.
I love that.
Let's finish off with predictions.
A lot of respect for that.
Finish off with predictions, right? For
Better
Premier
than
League.
last year.
Yeah.
Top half?
No, I'm just going to say better than last year.
I'm going 8th, 7th, 8th where we are. But we've got to
more.
revisit this if we get 1 or 2 more signings, and I might change my answer.
I think 1 game a week, I don't think people have ever understood Manchester United. I think there's a few things going in our favour, and I'm trying to keep a lid on this here.
Yeah, because you don't
I'm anticipating a striker coming.
Yeah.
I'd love another one, but I think probably a striker will do us. 1 game a week, a pre-season with a new gaffer.
Surely.
Everyone's come in looking absolutely svelte. I think we surprise people.
Yeah,
What's the prize? What's the prize?
Are we getting top 6?
What's the prize? 10.
Is that the surprise?
I don't know. I need to see how it starts.
What type of? What's come on,
no,
man.
do you know what? When this stops rolling, he's gonna say.
No, I'm not going to say. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's going to be better.
Okay.
I think it's going to be better.
My prediction: top 8, as it stands. But we need more. We need more. Guys, thank you for watching. Let us know in the comments what your biggest takeaways are, how you guys are feeling in the chat. If you agree with the guys or not about what's going on at the club, and let us know what your priorities as well. What do we need more of? Take care, people. See you in the next episode.